Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Bluesky, which is kind of like the new, I'm moving to Canada. I'm going to Bluesky. All these celebrities are going to Bluesky. And I don't know how long this is going to last. They were all kind of raging against Elon Musk buying Twitter a couple of years ago, but they still stayed. And in fact, some of them not only stayed, but they actually started charging subscriptions like George Takei. You know, it was like, you don't hate them. Yeah, oh my. You don't hate them that much, do you? But a lot of them saying they're going to go to Bluesky. Now, here's the thing. Bluesky is becoming 2017 Twitter in a bottle. And, we've got more problems over on Bluesky, I think, than Twitter ever had, because now Bluesky Safety is saying, and within a day of a bunch of people going over there, so in the past 24 hours, we have received more than 42,000 reports, an all-time high for one day. We're receiving about 3,000 reports per hour. To put that into context, in all of 2023, we received 360,000 reports. It said it's a large queue, so the most harmful content, such as CSAM, which is kiddie stuff, is being removed quickly. But basically, everybody that was a pain in the ass on Twitter went over to Bluesky.
Yes.
And they're all narking on each other.
Yeah, because you have to eat each other, because else you can eat. So, like, they're over there, and then they're, I'm offended. Now, a lot of it I do think is CSAM stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people just like, I'm over here, but now I don't have any, alt-right Yahtzees to get mad about. But you're here, and I don't like your tone. That's a microaggression, complaint.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. They make it very easy to flag content. And I mean, I'm going to talk about this a little bit because we talked about it in the podcast. Speaking of which, if you go out to clownfish-.com or clownfishtv.locals.com, we do post podcast episodes out there you will not get on YouTube. But I did one the other day talking about Bluesky and the numbers. And it basically is, one big safe space, one big hug box. But it was so bad that Jack Dorsey, who started Twitter, who was actually one of the guys who started Bluesky, left in May of this year and told everybody to use X instead. Okay,
Sorry,
so that's not really a vote of confidence. So it's basically the worst of Twitter. And then it's gotten worse since then.
It's gotten worse since then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's running over there. And I poked my head in. I actually had an invite last year. And it was like a ghost town, but now it's literally just the worst of Twitter all in one place. If you want that, and that sounds great to you, fantastic. Just know you're not going to be able to voice any dissenting opinion whatsoever.
It's funny because I was saying something squeaking about it, and he said, from my understanding, it's basically like what Tumblr was before X became Tumblr.
Yep.
And now it's like all that, so for 8 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever, all of that is Bluesky now. He
doesn't understand. There actually was kind of a golden era of Twitter, but I would say it was 2008 through 2013, and then it started to get really freaking weird when all the refugees from Tumblr and LiveJournal all started.
Yeah, people were just sharing their art, and it was really really positive. A lot of cat videos. A lot of everybody's like, yeah.
Not a lot of fights. I mean, every once in a while, people would get into it,
but people weren't triggered where they are now. Basically, I think what it is you have a bunch of younger people who never grew up in reality, what it was for 20 years, deciding that everything's a trigger and that it's all about them. And I think that's what a lot of it is, because the majority of people who, have grown up and been around a while, they know that it was a time where you could have opinions and it was fine. And, you didn't have to hate somebody just because they voted differently. And not everything was a trigger. Not everything was a microaggression. People got along fine. This whole narrative that, oh, thank God they just invented diversity and inclusion, which is a load of shit. People like that, they know, they've been around it before. And then you have these young people coming in telling everybody else what they're supposed to think because that's what their perception of reality is. And I'm just don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out,
Yeah. So let's talk about this a little bit more again, guys. Please give us a sub. If you give us a sub, you'll get a woohoo.
Woohoo.
Check out clownfish-.com where we have our minus club, plus club, whatever.
We need a doll that when you pull the cord, it says woohoo.
Oh God, I'd be afraid.
I don't see what happens to the doll. I'm just saying.
I'm going to buy a Geeky Sparkles woohoo doll. It's what exactly is that? Her hair is brushable too.
Yeah, I'd have to have brushable hair. A battle brush.
But so I don't know. That could go to that could go to places I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go there. But check that out. Check out clownfishtv.locals.com. mirroring the same content over there. We've actually had people ask about us going over to locals. We're going to be doing more with Rumble, hopefully. Try not to put all of our eggs in one basket because, things are really changing right now. But this is funny. It is funny. Libs of Bluesky, which I'm assuming is Libs of TikTok. I don't know. Bluesky drowning under the weight of the leftists, reporting everything, 3,000 reports per hour. We got a lot of comments here. Bluesky is just going to exist as comedy material for X, isn't it? Yeah, probably. This is what happens when your audience has a tendency to be authoritarian. This person says, I have an account. Yes. It's an echo chamber. They put me on a block list because I had MAGA in my bio, and I'm constantly being attacked just for posting Trump won. You're not allowed to speak the truth.
No, you're not allowed to. You cannot say that's real. You have to tote the narrative. It's an echo chamber of bullshit. And they're going to be like, we don't understand how we're so far removed from everybody else. I'm like, because of this stuff.
So remember back in 2020, if you said, or 2021, hey, I had some side effects from a certain vaccine on Twitter before Musk bought it. It's like that, because you were not allowed to say that without 50,000 rando accounts dogpiling you and telling you you're spreading misinformation. And then finding out that your account's been kind of deboosted or shadow banned. Nobody was seeing your stuff because, God forbid, you have a dissenting opinion, right? David Dean says it's like high school full of hall monitors. Same thing happened to Mastodon. Yep. Users complained about censorship and they returned to X. So, wow, it really is a tough choice, isn't it? Because you've got X, which I never thought would basically become 4chan. And that's kind of where we're at. But it's a lot of fun. No, it's not that bad. It's a lot of fun, though. It's actually, I'm actually happy that Elon Musk bought Twitter. I was going to leave. I mean, yeah, there's some people there maybe posting some shit that I wouldn't post, but whatever. It feels kind of like it was in 2008, 2010. Except with more politics.
This is funny.
Which one here?
This one. They got banned for questioning the election.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently they're taking some stances on the other side, too.
Nobody seems to be seeing my post stating that Bluesky permanently banned me for saying the election was rigged.
Election denier.
Must be so weird inside their heads. A lot of people are broken. I saw a tweet the other day, and I think she's a doctor or a PhD or something. She was going on about how so many women now are basically preparing for the apocalypse.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
They're transferring money into their own accounts. They're buying a bunch of bottled water, and they're getting ready to file for divorce because
this is what blows my mind.
Handmaid's Tale.
This is what blows my mind. First of all, the Handmaid's Tale is fiction. It's not real. Just because your husband voted, doesn't mean that you didn't vote the way you did, or you might not even know how they voted, honestly. That you have to divorce them because they told you to. I mean, you know your husband better than they do. You've been married to this person. You made the choice to marry this person. You've been married to them for a while. I would assume that you know whether or not they're a good or bad person, that you don't need the fucking idiots on, Bluesky to tell you what you should feel and think about your relatives. But if you're that stupid and if you're that brainless and you're dumb enough to shave your head and get divorced because and stockpile water because you're so dumbass that you think that that somehow your rights have been changed when they haven't been, well then I guess it's a win for the person you're divorcing because you're just a piece of shit.
It's I can't. I mean, look, you want to know what Twitter would have been in 2024 if Elon Musk didn't buy it? Just look at Bluesky.
I like the one where they were taking that video from that one. I think it was like a Democrat meeting or something, and they're using it.
The communist. Yeah, we can actually play it. We should.
About the same thing.
Yeah, that was.
I saw that. I laughed so hard. I'm like, I remember that video.
Let's look at that because that's coming up.
Just remember, you can't have to stop the chatter. I get triggered, and they didn't show the whole video, but the rest of the video, he keeps interrupting and saying that you need to stop talking. You need to stop talking.
Hang tight. Let's find that video because that's basically what's going on.
It is.
So yeah, this video, this was like the, socialist or Marxist convention in 2019. It was making the rounds a couple of years ago, and now that Bluesky is a thing and it's buckling under the weight of all the narking, people are bringing this up and saying this is basically what's going on over there.
He, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on.
It's too bad you don't live in the real world.
Very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus.
Watch them waving their hands and stuff.
Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Yes, Sunshine.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
What the fuck?
Okay. Quick point of privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety. Like,
oh yeah, you know what?
Camaraderie isn't just for like, let's keep things civil.
Pause for a second. It's triggered my anxiety. You know how many people have anxiety issues in the world? A lot. And you know how many people that a lot of people that you don't like have anxiety issues. Do you give two shits about their anxiety issues? Hell no. And it's like, just because you have triggered, you're responsible for your own damn triggers, not everybody else. I'm sorry, but you are. And a lot of people have anxiety issues. Get over it.
This is why they get so pissed off at YouTubers, because they try to control them. They get pissed off at us because they're used to, because we talk about, animation and comic books, and
a lot of these people come from there.
A lot of these people are into that sort of thing, right? And they get mad at us because we don't pussyfoot around. We don't, shut up, basically, because they tell us to. So
yeah.
So we're the literal devil because, we spit facts.
So literally no one's supposed to have any discussion whatsoever, not whisper, not talk to anyone. Sit perfectly quiet. So this one dipshit doesn't get triggered at the event.
Then don't leave your house. I think a lot of these people don't leave their houses very often. We'll watch.
There's more. Oh my God.
There's more. We'll watch a little bit more and then we'll wrap this up.
It's so that people aren't going to get triggered and so that it doesn't affect their performance as a delegate, okay? Your need to express yourself is important, but your need to express yourself should not trump or
I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this. And that's really important because those loud bursts of noise, even though this is a noisy space, when we can do something like reducing that, that's really important.
Yeah, but they do that though. That thing there, they use it in schools. A lot of times elementary schools.
I was going to say.
Because you have kids that are, sensory or autism. And then they do that instead of clapping to try to make it quieter for the kids that might be overstimulated. We're talking about children.
That's one.
I guess this is the same thing.
Well, that's the thing. I was going to say, I've noticed about a lot of these people, and they act this way on social media too, is they try to talk to adults like they're children. Okay, everybody. But then we've got people that are in their 30s that are pissed off that some YouTubers don't like their fucking cartoon show because of all the fucking or implied fucking. And they get all triggered by it because they're used to being in these safe spaces.
I can make gestures too without sound. You can't see them, but they're up.
Geeky's jazz hands. There's one
middle finger on each.
Jazz hands. So do your jazz hands, everybody.
I can tell you exactly what I think of you without talking.
And a lot of those are invisible disabilities. You don't know who it is that is having a more difficult time navigating this space. And this space was not created with all of their needs in mind. So it's up to us.
Okay, pause it for a second. Here's another thing as a teacher. IEP stuff and that. Okay, look, you have individual education plans for kids because you have a lot of kids with different needs. And you're trying to meet all these needs. But there's no way in hell you can meet all the needs. There's just no way. And be able to maintain a classroom full of kids. So what happens is the kids that don't have special needs, they get kind of shafted for all the ones that do because you have to meet all these needs. And if you don't meet all the needs, then the parents come and start screaming because little Timmy didn't get every IEP met, even though there's no fucking possible way that every IEP can be met for Timmy and meet all the IEPs for everybody else, or even the minimum for everybody else. Because it's all about their special snowflakes. And in some cases, people legitimately have issues that they need help with. But a lot of people are just, I decided I'm this.
Yeah.
And my trigger is, you telling me no.
That's kind of what happened. That was definitely a cultural thing, or that's what I think Tumblr contributed to the culture, is a bunch of people who wanted to be special. It wasn't enough just to be you. It wasn't enough to be like, okay, well, I've got a special situation. It was like, oh, no. We all have to have special situations.
Well, that's like,
to feel special.
It's like, okay, so it was enough to be LGBTQ, but now you have to be, or like, you could be lesbian or gay, but that's not enough now.
No.
Now you have to have extra steps. Now you have to be trans. Now you have to have all these extra steps. And then I have more privilege points than you. And it's like, well, I'm that, but I'm also autistic because I said so. Or I'm also, I have ADHD and I have all this other crap. And it's like you keep adding on to the things. And sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. But they just keep saying it to try to make themselves more and more and more special. And you're supposed to, so basically it ends up being a percentage point, like a fraction of a percentage point of people that are supposed to be catered to by everyone because they've added to my checkboxes. And it's absolute bullshit. This is stupid. I'm not saying don't meet people's needs by all means if you can do, but understand too that there are a lot of other people in the world besides you.
Yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, you cannot accommodate everybody.
Dicks are ridiculous.
Modify that space to make sure that everybody is able to move in the ways that they need to move. And additionally, with the noise issue, avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right?
Are they?
Because there's all sorts of things.
That
you don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate to each other without needing to rely on something
I can communicate without words.
Going to hurt somebody else.
I use my favorite finger.
We have quiet rooms that are available. There's a range of options of these, right?
Then leave. Wait. You have quiet rooms available. Then leave. If it's too much, leave the damn room and go to a quiet room. Why are you up there telling everybody else they have to do? God, can we just not watch this? Because this is my trigger. Stupidity.
So here's the thing. It's Bluesky. Yeah, if you're
person never gonna live that picture down. Anyway,
they had an interview with her. I think her name is.
She normal now?
I don't know. She said it wasn't supposed to happen the way that it happened, and she was kind of playing it up. She says, but
well, then he deserved to get mocked.
Yeah. I won't even comment on this image. But I don't know. I'm gonna follow this account because I guess my thing is like I want that hit of nostalgia. If you ever want to be reminded of how far things had gone on Twitter, all you have to do is go Bluesky for 15-20 minutes. You'll be like, oh shit, yeah. I might have concerns about Elon Musk. I might not like X now. I might not like the fact that it's pay to play at this point, but it's a shit ton better than what it used to be.
I'm sorry. This is funny. They brought the Bluesky logo as this butterfly. It's the national butterfly of Israel. I don't think it has anything to do with being Israel. I think it has everything to do with it. Twitter was the blue bird, so now they're trying to do the blue butterfly.
Yeah.
But that's hilarious.
Got banned from Bluesky within the first 30 seconds for posting a biological fact. Oh yeah, because they'll mass report you. Wow, that was quick. Yeah. So just saying, if you want some nonsense,
well, just saying Trump won the election gets you banned over there.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Because it might trigger somebody. It's like, well, geez, don't turn on the news in January because you're really gonna get triggered. We gotta wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfishminus.com. That's clownfishminus.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfishminus.com. Thank you so much for the support.